Second down following the run. Again, it's Johnson. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. It leaves them with 3rd and just a yard.
If they're going to get a first down out of this, they're going to have to earn it because there's been tough going in the interior there. And here we are on 3rd and 1. Be prepared. Brace yourself. Going to be some contact going on.
And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on second down. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the 2nd and the 3rd levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. 23 yards on the play.
Strength throwing the football downfield has never been an issue for this big guy. I still remember the first time I met him. He was playing for USC, and when I got introduced to him, I thought I was meeting their starting tight end, not their starting quarterback.
Such a presence, Carson Palmer.
Very much so. He's had it.
And he is in for 6. Touchdown, Cardinals. David Johnson taking it in from a yard out. And the Cardinals have taken the early lead. Here's Phil Dawson now for the point after. And the Cardinals will go up 7-0. Here's Dawson now to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. CD, I want to get your thoughts on some potential free agents this offseason before we change the possession here. Now, caution, many of these guys could be resigned, I know, but who are some of them? Kirk Cousins is one.
Yeah, we're talking about difference makers. Kirk Cousins at the quarterback position. He's going to be coveted around the league by quarterback-needy teams. Case Keenum had a big year. Could he move? But how about running?
Devontae Freeman, they're not going to get him. Touchdown, Falcons. Devontae Freeman, 81 yards. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying the football game. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons in possession to begin quarter number 2, as we'll see one following the score on the final play before break. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Here comes Arizona's offense back onto the field. Earlier we were talking about the quarterback position, a big decision coming up on that spot. But, you know, Cardinal fans and fantasy football owners, I guess, so disappointed when David Johnson went down in the opener with a fractured wrist, wound up missing the season. That kind of got overlooked in 2017.
It certainly did, and it was the first big domino and why the Cardinals didn't really make a run at the playoffs this year, because of David Johnson's ability to run it and catch it and initiate all the offense that the Cardinals wanted to run. The defense still held up. Calais Campbell went to Jacksonville. The defense was still 6th in the league, but offensively, we're not nearly the same team.
Now Palmer to throw. Screen play, Johnson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
And Palmer gives to Johnson. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Play action. It's Palmer. And he whips that one incomplete there. That one was intended for John Brown. And it's 3rd down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the 1st half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Off the play fake. Here's Palmer. And he's got Fitzgerald. And he has the 1st down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a 1st down. Johnson on the counter. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
Now Palmer to throw on 2nd down. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big gain.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. They go play action now. Palmer. He gets it to Brown. Complete. And he's able to get the 1st here as he's taken down at the 25. To give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And his throw is incomplete. Larry Fitzgerald was the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, they're slinging it. And then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown out of his reach and incomplete. 2nd and 10 now, and it's Palmer. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. 2 minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. More from the desert after this. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Palmer gives to Johnson. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Now Palmer. He's got the hook up to John Brown to the right side. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. John Brown, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Cardinals have taken the lead. Now Dawson for the extra point. He's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Here's Dawson now to kick this one away. Andre Roberts now to return it. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Falcons taking over on offense in just a second. And, you know, this year ended in disappointing fashion. Now, last year was the ultimate version of heartbreak. But if you're a Falcon fan, this one was tough to swallow as well, wasn't it?
It certainly was because, let's be honest about it, losing in the Super Bowl.
And it's a fumble. And the Cardinals have got it going the other way. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. I want to give a hat tip real quick, Charles, to J.J. Watt before the possession switches here. Walter Payton, NFL Man of the Year. They totaled up how much he helped raise for hurricane relief, $37 million.
Incredible. Hurricane Harvey, which really hit the Houston area in a big way, and his original goal was $200,000. So congratulations to J.J. Watt and all the people who participated. And Greg Olsen of the Panthers, Benjamin Watson of the Ravens, both tight ends, also nominated and finalists for the most prestigious award as determined by the NFL, the Walter Payton Man of the Year Award.
Play action. Now Palmer. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Palmer gets him set. 3rd and long for the Cardinals after the sack. From the gun, it's Palmer. And able to find John Brown. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. Out of the gun, Palmer. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
2nd down now after the incompletion. Off play action. Palmer. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Throwing again here, Palmer. And now another one thrown incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. And the 42-year-old veteran's kick is up and good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. It's a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they get the field goal near the end of the first half to expand that lead.
Yeah, that's got to feel good, but they can't let up. Now on the kickoff, they've got to make sure they don't give up a big return or big yardage to set up the other team for one last chance to score themselves.
This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. So the football switching hands here in just a second. And, you know, Tom Brady, just to go off on a tangent for a second, may have lost the Super Bowl, but third MVP this past season, and what he did at age 40, really something, right, Charles?
Absolutely phenomenal. Ended up beating out Todd Gurley, the running back for the Los Angeles Rams. But he would have traded it for a Super Bowl win, don't you think? How about this? The last 9 NFL MVPs to play in the Super Bowl that same season, 0-9.
Yeah.
You go all the way back to Kurt Warner in, 1999, where he won the double?
We were going over that stat earlier. That is hard to believe.
But he would have been the MVP had the Patriots pulled that one out.
Yeah, he still has 5 rings, though. 5 Super Bowl titles for Brady. A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. And this is Gabriel on the catch. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. A very solid gain of 27. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. And they're going to go soft on the corners. Final play of the half. It's Ryan. Escaping the pressure right. Looking deep for Gabriel. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Tyvon Branch. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. On second down, here's Palmer. Over the middle here to Brown. And he's going to be stopped dead in his tracks at the 44-yard line. A good pickup there at 22. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got some space here. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big run there, 29 yards and a first.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league. It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Off the play fake, Palmer. And he comes back with one complete. And he's brought down. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough. Swing the tight end free downfield for the completion.
And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone.
But plain and simple, That's the second time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm is just off?
He's
got thrown off. He's got to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out. But a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Now it's Palmer. Hard throw, incomplete.
But that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the first down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
Yeah, and on 3rd down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. And no mistaking that sound. It reverberated through the whole stadium.
And it's the sound, Brandon, no kicker wants to hear. It looked like he had it on target the whole way, but the upright said,
The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And he is leveled. Knocked down hard. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. He completes it to Jones. Give him 30 yards there.
Trying to defend a drag route is really tough because you don't want to jump a route that's shorter or underneath as the drag route is too quickly because oftentimes they want to run that route and then hit over the top of you for bigger yardage. So if you can chip off the timing of the receiver off the line of scrimmage so he can't actually get into the route, that's the best way.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Devontae Freeman, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Falcons have cut it to within a score. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game. Here's Bosher to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. A big hit. Knocked down sideways. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. From the shotgun, it's Palmer. Dumping it off for Johnson. Call it a gain of 5. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys on plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. It's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
9 yards on the play and a first down. time running out here on the play clock. They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this fourth quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Johnson running left. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. There's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
But he was stopped on that play. But he's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
Palmer apparently wants to throw it. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before taking this inside the 10 to the 7. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there, picked up the 1st down, got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have, as well as they understand where they are on the field?
On the ground, this is Johnson. And, a good hit there and knocked down hard. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on. To Johnson again. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. David Johnson with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cardinals now adding on to their lead. Extra point try now for Dawson. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Here's Dawson now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, two-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
Yeah, they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. Shift together here from the D-line. They go play action here on first down, eluding the pressure right. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Here's Ryan. Flush to his right. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Here's Ryan. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play, as we'll get a timeout, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. Ryan to throw. Going underneath, it's Coleman. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it'll be fourth down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field. It's good to be the kicker for the top offense in the NFL, and Matt Bryant was that in 2016. Led the league in scoring with 158 points, but boy, does Atlanta find him valuable. So dependable and clutch.
And he's been valuable in this league for a while. Hard to believe he's been around since 2002. A big mistake in that spot. You got to let it go, Tam.
They didn't give themselves a chance. They had an opportunity, touched it first. Now they're in a really bad spot.
I stay in my